Carolina Pondscapes giving you some field notes for your water garden this week here. Um, we are going to be talking about ultraviolet lights. Many people don't really understand what the ultraviolet lights do to their water feature, what the purpose of them are. Hopefully we can explain what they do and the purpose of them today on this quick video that we're showing you right now. First of all, before we start talking about ultraviolet lights, there's a couple things that you need to make sure that's happening in your water feature or on your water feature. If you have a small water feature and you're just running a mechanical filter, which is your pump in the pond with a milk crate full of filter, and you have no biological filtration, which is in the upper waterfall area, you're doing yourself a disservice and not creating that beneficial bacteria in the upper waterfall. So it's not balanced out, or you really don't have enough filtration on there. You've got mechanical filtration, it's protecting the pump from debris and all that stuff, but you're not building the good beneficial bacteria in your external filter. So if you have a small pond, large pond, or anything, and you notice that your water is turning green, the pea green soup water, you don't have enough filtration on your pond per se. And there's other possible reasons also. You're feeding your fish too much. You shouldn't be feeding your fish, handfuls of fish every single day. They will survive off the aquatic plants if you have them in there, and they will clean the rocks off all day long with the algae and stuff and the debris that's on the rocks. They love eating that stuff. And I said aquatic plants. If you don't have aquatic plants in your pond, the rule of thumb is to have at least 60 to 70% plant coverage in your pond. Water hyacinths, water lettuce, pickerel, water lilies tend to shade the water, helps the fish hide, plus it creates a natural filter for your water garden. So get plenty of aquatic plants and you will see a drastic change in the clarity of your water. You can add water treatments all day long, but if you don't have those other things we just mentioned, filtration, mechanical, biological, things like that, you're basically just fighting it. You're going to fight it over and over and over. So proper filtration is key. Aquatic plant coverage is also key. And just don't feed your fish too much. Now, with all that said and done, you have taken care of those issues, you see green water occur. We're not talking about the string algae. We're seeing the pea green soup water. It's nasty, it looks terrible, you can't see your fish in the bottom of the pond, and you want to get rid of it. You've tried everything, water treatments, everything else, you just can't seem to get rid of it. You can do a water change, and 2 weeks later it's back again. One way to get rid of it is what we do on occasional basis, is install an aqua ultraviolet UV or a variety of other different UVs that's on the market. This is just one manufacturer, great company, great UV light. Pond Master makes one. Again, Imperial Aquatics there's numerous other manufacturers out there. So in order to install this particular UV light, this has to go in line with your plumbing. When I say in line, you basically hook it up to the outside of your pond, plumb it in, and it just runs water through it along with the same pipe that you've been running your waterfall in. It's a good idea to have a diverting diverter fitting, or a three-way there, where you can actually take this out of play if you have to service it, take it out of line. So during the winter time, you want to turn these things off, take the bulb and the sleeve out, because if for some reason it freezes over, it cracks the bulb, it cracks the UV light or the sleeve, and you end up with about $150 or more in cost as far as replacing that bulb prematurely. So make sure you read instructions on this. If you don't know what to do, have someone, a pond builder, install it, and they can do it properly, hopefully. All right, so as this one is an inline UV light itself, it comes with a transformer that sits inside of it, or it sits on the outside of the pond with it. This controls the power to the light. It's weather resistant, but don't let it get submerged in water. It will ruin it. So it's a good idea to cover these things up and make sure they're not submerged in water. So we're talking about an inline filter. We talked about the bulb. The 40-watt bulb for this one is that long. Try to keep your fingers off the bulb. The residue from your finger, if it's greasy, it decreases the time that the bulb is good for you. So try to keep your fingers off there and be very careful when you're installing it. If you crack it, that's about an $80 to $100 bulb. You can get them cheaper in different areas also. If you have a small pond and not much volume of water, and you want to run a small pump through it, this would be a great idea. This is a submergible Pond Master pump. It is a small UV light that actually you can submerge underwater. It is, again, 20 watt, and you can hook a small pump on and run it separately from your main pump that's running your waterfall. So again, this is a submergible. You can actually see when it's running right here with the see-through clear plastic rings here, and we can tell you that it's working. They'll tell you when it's not. So if you're having the green water, the UV light is a great source to get rid of it. It will do the job. It will give you crystal clear water, and I mean, it does a great job. It will not control string algae because string algae does not pass through the bulb, so the bulb cannot kill the string algae. So that's another area you have to treat on a separate occasion. So again, we talked about filtration in the pond, aquatic plants, not feeding your fish too much, and if you've done all that, get yourself a UV light. You may pay a good $200 or $300, depending on the size of the pond, initially for this product, this piece of equipment, but it will work in the long run. It does tremendous things to the water, gives you crystal clear water, and you'll be a happy camper with a crystal clear pond. Your family and friends will be able to come over and say, hey, look at all the fish in there. So in the background, we've got about 150 fish in this pond. So y'all have a great day. That's a quick tip for installing a UV light. If you want further information, contact me on our website, CarolinaPondscapes.com. Take care.